everybody? What if Night 310 here, back with another video. What if I was in Naruto? I forgot to put the part in here. So yeah, I think part 4? Not too sure. Last time we left off with right before the start of the tuning exam. So let's start with the tuning exams. So first of all, hold on. First we go to the first exam, the written test. Me, Sasuke, and Naruto walk there. Me and Sasuke instantly see through the genjutsu. I tell him not to say anything, and we continue. This time he doesn't get challenged by Lee, so yeah. Anyway, during the test, me and Sasuke quickly figure out what the point of the exam is. Naruto ends up sitting by Hinata and doing the exact same thing as in canon. He's not any smarter. So yeah. Next, we're going to the next part of the exam, the Forest of Death with Anko. Yeah, anyway. So she explains the rules, how we're getting one scroll and we have to find the other. My team, Team 7, is handed the Heaven Scroll. Yes, and we have to find the Air Scroll. So, in the Forest of Death, we end up running across to weak random team, because we're able to move a lot faster than the Team 7 is in canon, because Naruto and Sasuke are a lot faster than Sakura, so she slowed him down quite a bit. So there isn't really a run-in with Orochimaru yet. So yeah. So we glide past this area pretty quickly, and yeah. Oh wait, no, Brian. Yeah. Scratch it about not finding Orochimaru, because he would be fast enough to find us anyway. So yeah, we run into Orochimaru, using a combination of multiple scrolls I have of Water Style, Water Dragon, and the Fireball Jutsu. We were able to hold him off enough to where we can get away without Sasuke getting the curse mark. So this does make Orochimaru mad, but we're gonna say we get to the middle of the forest before he can really get to us. Okay, so now let's get into the main stage of the tuning exams. The fights. So the first fight will be Gaara versus Ino. Because Sakura's not in the tuning exams, I figured why not mix it up a bit. And I didn't want to take Sakura's place in fighting Ino because, well, she's the person you guys chose me to ship with, and beating the person you want me to ship with up, not the best way to, ship two people. But yeah, anyway, so as you could probably imagine, Gaara destroys her. But right before he can get the final blow, and before the Jonin have a chance to intervene, I jump down right in front of her and seal his sand away. And I ask her if she's alright. Then I tell Gaara the match is over, and we walk away. He says, give the sand back. So I say fine and throw him the scroll and tell him to release it himself. So yeah. For the next match, hold on, it's doing this again. I'm gonna have to continue the rest of the video like this because the thing's not working properly. Oh, never mind, here it goes. So if you couldn't see, the next fight will be me versus Choji. So let me describe how the fight will go. I'm gonna start going more in depth with the fights. I'm gonna try anyway. So the first thing that happens is Choji uses his human boulder, where he basically becomes a giant, boulder. And to respond, I used the one of my water dragon scrolls to defend against him. This is able to push him off course enough for me to escape. Well, get away from him. I try and get some more distance, and I grab out 3 kunai and throw them at him. Knowing that these probably won't do much, I get the idea that if he can't touch me, I basically win. So I quickly make 4 shadow clones and tell them to surround him in a square formation. And they end up doing my basic barrier that can now hold low-level Jonin, because of the training I did. Uh, so, yeah. He can't hit me, so I'm declared the winner because I basically subdued him. I'm gonna try and get the screen thing fixed. It's bugging me. So yeah, I basically went against Choji, and after that is Sasuke versus Tamari, which in all considerations is a pretty bad matchup for Tamari. So yeah. Um let's see. Sasuke rushes towards Tamari while weaving the hand signs for fire style fireball jutsu. He launches said fireball, and Tamari, we're gonna say she's pretty smart, so she knows about whole wind damping fire. So she also knows she has no way to counter this, so she just dodges out the way. So when she does, she jumps to the side, and before her feet touch the ground, Sasuke's there, and she gets kicked in the ribs, uh, sending her into a wall. And then Sasuke says, "Are you ready to give up?" She says, "No way," grabs her fan, and goes all out with a barrage of wind style, wind breakthrough, I think? I'm not sure what the jutsu that she uses, but basically waving her fan and using a jutsu. I think it might have actually been wind bullet now. But yeah, she repeatedly uses that because she's being frantic because she knows she can't win, but she's at least going to give it her best try. Sasuke's able to basically counter all of these uh, with the. Actually, he just dodges them. No need for him to waste chakra. Well, that's what he thinks anyway. So then he throws a kunai straight at Tamari. Tamari goes to use the wind style wind bullet with her fan, but before she can, she realizes she's out of chakra from that frantic attack. And the kunai grazes her on her cheek, and she looks up to see Sasuke holding a kunai to her throat, and he says, "I win." Tamari loses. So next will be Kankuro versus Shikamaru. So let's go over this. Kankuro, long range fighter, so that gives him an advantage against Shikamaru. So yeah, Kankuro uses his puppets, hidden weapons to cut Shikamaru up. Shikamaru is smart and was almost able to beat Tamari, which means he might be strong enough to beat him, but I'm not too sure. But we're gonna say Shikamaru is smart enough to see through the puppets, like hidden mechanics. So we're gonna give him the win actually, because well, it doesn't really matter. Later on, anyway, you'll see that. Now it's Kiba versus X, my personal favorite fight. This is supposed to be Kiba versus Rock Lee, but Rock Lee's image is not showing up for some reason. So I hope that fixes itself soon. But actually, there's no point. I'm gonna breeze through this fight as well. Be honest. Do you actually think Neji can beat Rock Lee? I get it. Neji is a prodigy and he's pretty strong. But maybe if he was an Uchiha? Because let's cover the Byakugan real quick. It allows you to see chakra points and in a almost perfect circle around your head. That won't help you against someone so fast they can break the sound barrier. So Lee kind of gets the win, and he's extremely happy about this. Okay, let's go with the next fight. Tintin versus random dude who fought Sasuke. No need remembering his name. I didn't. He loses. All he can do is absorb chakra, and Ino fights from long range. He's at a pretty big disadvantage. So yeah. Next will be Naruto versus Kiba. This fight goes same as in Canada, if not a little easier for Naruto, because, well, he did train a little bit with me, so. Now, Naruto finds Jiraiya, and Jiraiya teaches Naruto. But before Naruto trains with Jiraiya, he asked if he is Jiraiya says he's Jiraiya the Sannin, and he says he has a friend who's a big fan of him, referring to me. Jiraiya asks what's his name. Naruto says his name is Kizuma Knight. He mainly focuses on sealing, actually. Jiraiya says, really? Interesting. Naruto then says, can you train both of us? Jiraiya says, I was only planning on training you, but sure. Because I couldn't think of anyone else for me to train with who's good at seals, and he's considered a master at it, so, well, the master. Anyway, my father gives me a scroll and tells me that it's a summoning scroll, and that I need to sign my name in blood and leave a handprint in blood. So I do, and this summoning is the Eagle Summons. Just because we don't really get to see too much of it, and yeah, it's pretty helpful. Jiraiya also teaches me a seal, because we're gonna say I end up finding out about Naruto being Nine-Tails host. I personally wouldn't really care. If anything, I'd ask to meet the fox, because I'm not the brightest. So yeah. Then Jiraiya would ask me if I know any seals that could possibly restrain him. Oh, the Nine-Tails. I tell him I know the five-pronged seal, but I don't know if I'll be able to restrain the Nine-Tailed fox. He then says, maybe not. And then he teaches me the chakra canceling seal with paper. So yeah. And he teaches me how to make it, so I have two on me at all times, sealed on my arms. That way, worst case scenario, I can stop Naruto from running wild with Nine-Tails chakra. Okay, now we go to the Chunin exam. Well, the next part of the Chunin exams. Yeah, and like over an entire month, that's basically what I learned, because summoning it took Naruto an entire month, and he's pretty good at jutsu. Well, he has a lot of chakra, and the sealing thing I'm pretty good at, so those two both kind of fall under sealing, so I'm able to learn both of them. Where Naruto's only able to learn the summoning. I'm pretty sure it's all he learned. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he learns Rasengan later. If not, sorry about that. But yeah, so me versus Gaara in the Chunin exams. This is why I said no other Chunin fight would matter. You see, Gaara is a bit unhinged at the moment. So yeah, let's get into the fight. First thing Gaara does is he launches multiple sand attacks at me. I quickly grab two scrolls and release them, and they're both water dragons. I then rush towards him and make 4 clones surrounding him and doing the barrier. He's easily able to break out the barrier because it's basically hinted at that he's like oozing One-Tails chakra, because at this point he's a half perfect Jinchuriki, where he can use the power of the One-Tails whenever he basically feels like it, but the One-Tails doesn't like him enough to not torture him. So basically the One-Tails is more in control, but Scar's personality, he just does what the One-Tails tells him. So yeah, he easily breaks the barrier. He launches his sand at me to do a sand coffin. Before it can hit, I use seal style sealing bullet, and I'm able to defend against the technique. But after a while, I'm able to run up to him because he's lost the majority of his sand. So yeah, I run up to him and do my similar to the Hyuga style palm strike, but whenever I hit his sand, I use my other hand and say seal. A seal comes out of my hand, and basically he loses the majority of his sand. I then continue. Then I start running again when I'm like very close to him, and use my other hand and seal, because I'm going to assume that my water dragon hit him a little bit, and I can see where his sand's weakening, so I can tell that he has a bit of a sand armor around him. Around his skin, which I don't know how he got all the sand those colors, but I guess there is different colored sand. So yeah, after this, I'm able to hit him with the water dragon very close, which hurts him enough to draw blood. Then he starts going crazy, runs into the forest, and I follow him. Uh, and the Genjutsu falls as well. When we're in the forest, he turns into Shikaku. Yeah, Shikaku, the Wind Tails. He then uses Wind Bullet straight towards me multiple times. We're gonna say he does it 30 times in total, and each time I seal it inside of a scroll. Because I have seals on my back with like multiple scrolls in them, that way I can't be hit with, jutsus. And to deflect for, and yeah, stuff like that. I then grab a scroll and use a water dragon against the wind bullet. It's not even fair. The water dragon is demolished. Because a regular wind style air bullet, I don't know what I'm calling it, wind style wind bullet. A regular wind bullet, it'd probably be able to clash with the water dragon pretty decently. But at tailed beast level 1, the water dragon ain't got a chance. So yeah. But I do seal a majority of his wind bullets for, well, in case I need them later. I then perform the summoning jutsu, summoning the hawk, and with the blood on my hand, I pull up my left sleeve, rub my blood down my arm, and say release, grabbing a piece of paper. I then hop on the eagle's back and tell him to rise up high as he can, and above Shikaku. I then yell collaboration jutsu. Windfall drill. Which is basically like the bird spinning so fast it kind of looks like Fang over Fang, and he hits Gaara. Well, he hits Shikaku a bit in front of Gaara. I jump from the spinning eagle and put the seal on Gaara's head. I then yell seal as Shikaku basically fades away. Because if it's able to hold even half the Nine Tails, which were hinted at it's at least as strong as Shikaku at half power, because the full Nine Tails can handle all the other tail beasts by itself. It can handle the One Tails with half power. Well, he's at half power. So yeah. Then Gaara falls to the ground, but before he can, me while riding the eagle catch him and do the 5-prong seal, sealing away his chakra. So yeah. Then I tell Gaara that he doesn't have to kill people to prove his existence. I then tell him I'm not like him. I'm not a Jinchuriki, but a good friend of mine is. I then tell Gaara he should find people similar to him. People similar to how I am with my friend. People who love him. And then I tell him, well, you shouldn't have too much problem. You already have 2 people like that. Gaara looks at me like I'm crazy and says, what do you mean? I then say, your family, your brother and sister. They obviously care for you. A little after this, the eagle and I land on the ground, and Konkoro and Tamari show up. They then get ready to fight me. I then tell them to put their weapons down and to take Gaara to a hospital, or at least a medical ninja. Meanwhile, we're gonna say that Kakashi figured I could handle it, considering I can seal away most stuff, and he does know I trained with Jiraiya with Naruto, so he's assuming I have like a pretty high rank seal to seal Jinchuriki, and we're gonna say Naruto says he has an OP seal, he should be fine. And that could end badly if I wasn't. Anyway, so Naruto and Sasuke help take out the weaker shinobi, while Kakashi goes to where the Hokage's barrier is. We're gonna say I finished the fight quicker than Naruto did because, well, he had to draw on the Nine Tails power. all I had to do was hit him in the head with a piece of paper. So we're gonna say I didn't desummon Equal, and I tell him to fly me to the Hokage to inform him of what happened, to see if there's anything I can do to help the rest of the people. I see the Hokage in the barrier. We're gonna say right before he completes the Reaper Death Seal. I grab out one of the scrolls I used to seal an air bullet from Shikaku, and I release it, hitting the barrier and basically breaking it free. Because this, Kakashi's able to drive in and hit Orochimaru in the body with the Chidori, and he tells the third Hokage to not do that. Hiruzen reluctantly kind of agrees, and the Sound Four try. Well, they do take him away. Before they can, I'm able to throw something onto Orochimaru, a small seal I've been working on. This seal is called a tracking seal. It allows me to track the seal wherever it is. So basically I can find him at any later date. And it's completely invisible to the eye. Only the Byakugan and Sharingan can see it, so yeah. Or the caster. So yeah, that's the Chunin Exams arc. I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah. What if Night 310 out?